to speak about things and pretend you know.
Alright, so I just started this video about Gotcha Smack disagreeing with Tectone on the whole Capcom and Zenizone collaboration. And we were just getting to the meat and potatoes of it, and it seems like Gotcha's gonna explain why this collab makes sense, essentially, right? And sort of give his take since he's really well versed in the fighting genre, whereas Tectone at face value doesn't seem that he doesn't know much about fighting games. So let's see what Gotcha has to say. Should be good.
Those that you do not, or to open your mouth about a situation you don't fully understand. That is the definition of ignorance. So, with that being stated, let's get into it.
This is Gotcha Smack being based. Okay, here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. All right, context was post. My most recent video discussed the potential collab between Hoyo and Capcom. As usual, salty Gotcha players are saying it won't succeed when it releases. Fighting game players don't care about Gotcha games, etc. I feel like it's a fair statement for this part.
So, fighting game players don't care about gacha games. He feels like that's a fair
I
statement.
feel like this is fair to say. And I'll explain why that is. This is also hilarious because guys do this constantly. Guys are trying to get their takes on what the fighting game community would or would not be interested in. Comedy of the week. I wonder why he feels that way.
So the reason I feel that way is basically what I just said earlier. The comedy in it is that a gacha player only cares about tits and ass and anime waifus. They don't know shit about what a fighting game community is interested in unless they themselves are a fighting game player. But that's the people I'm referring to. It's very important to have that context. This is the general gacha player we are referring to.
Honkai Star Rail won't succeed. Best-selling gacha game of the majority this year. Yeah, of course, we all do that.
And yeah, he's right. I think most Gotcha players only care about ass titties, pussy thighs. It's a very fair point.
People who weren't down for this. 1 million ways won't succeed. Over $100 million in the first, or $1 million in the first month, seeing more enjoyment. But everyone says, of course, yeah, we all do this. Of course, we also, we said both these things. Zone Zero will fail. I have not been saying that. I've been saying Zone Zero is going to do great. Do that because title. You see, trying to yes, self-proclaimed experts in marketing game trajectory. Fighting game players don't care about a gacha game. I was literally a massive fighting game player, and before I even stood about gacha game, what it was. So was EO. Okay, so that's two people saying we like fighting games. So that means everybody likes fighting games. Who's really saying?
And here's where we're gonna take the issue. I'll let him cook a little bit longer.
I'm gonna just keep it back. Yeah, so I'm gonna break it down.
So before he goes into a guy scores a goal in soccer, but that was a nice shot. I forgot, that's irrelevant.
I'm gonna break it down real quick.
Okay, I just wanted to get him off that screen. Anyways, here's my problem with the rebuttal that he made there. He said that that's just two people. Now, what he's implying here is that I need to summon the entirety of the fighting game community to vouch for the same thing that I said in order to make it valid, which I think is an absolute, not only unrealistic and delusional take, it's just a bad rebuttal. If one or two people are well versed and have extensive knowledge in a field of expertise, one or two people is all you need. Often at times when you go to take care of anything in your life, you're going to talk to one or two people. If I wanted to know about the UFC, I can go talk to any diehard UFC fan and get the general consensus about the UFC. If I wanted to know about gacha games, I can go and talk to Tectone as somebody who doesn't know anything about gacha games. Say, hey, Tech, what's the gacha community like? I can gather maybe 2 or 3 content creators in the gacha community, and they'll give me the entire rundown with clarity, and they'll be pretty goddamn spot on about the temperature of the community's interest, what sparks their passion, and why they are interested in gacha games. The same thing goes for anybody in the fighting game space. I am somebody. In fact, give me a second here. I'll go ahead and type it out real quick. Okay, so these are all the fighting games I've played in my lifetime. Now, anybody who is a fighting game fanatic will look at that.
God damn, what the fuck are these games? I only know about Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken I know of, and I never played any of these fighting games. I'm not a fighting game fanatic, but god damn, he knows his fighting games for sure.
Resume, if you want to call it, and come to the conclusion that I am far from a novice in fighting games. This is not like a flex or anything. This is to prove to you that somebody who's played these amounts of fighting games has played a shit ton of ranked matches, has played against a lot of fighting game players. You understand this shit intrinsically, you understand it profoundly. Everything about a fighting game that makes a fighting game enjoyable, I'm gonna know about it because I played way too many of them. Same thing with Tectone when it comes to a gacha game. If you talk to Tectone about gacha games, he can tell you precisely why people enjoy them, what's good about them, what's bad about them, because he's well versed in that realm. So when you use the one or two people is a bad or shit take argument, it's actually a shit take to say that in and of itself, because if those one or two people are absolute experts in the space, that would imply that they're capable of telling you what sparks that niche's interest and passion and what's enjoyable about it and how you can draw a correlation to whatever we're comparing it to, which is
God damn, the two best debaters in this space going at it. This is gonna be interesting how Tectone responds to this.
on zero. To conclude that little rant, you don't need a whole community to define what community is interested in. You only need a group of people who's been in that community long enough to explain to you the temperature. So I would say it's actually a shit take to think I need to rally an army. However, I do have proof, and we'll show that proof as well. If he needs more than 1 or 2 people, we can show more than 1 or 2 people. But if the argument here is, oh, you need to have a million people, yeah, it's a stupid fucking argument.
Because everybody needs to know, right? Because everybody needs to know. All right. So fighting game players, gotcha game players. All right. What?
Now, at this part, I thought this was funny because I was like, okay, bro's about to show me his knowledge of fighting games. He's about to show some, like, what a fighting game is all about, the similar interests or the interests they don't have. I thought he was about to go into detail right here. This was fucking hilarious.
Can we direct?
I think he's just gonna do broad generalizations of each one, right? That's why he did that. Let's see.
We infer about these two players. Okay? What can we tell about these two players? Okay? The biggest thing, fighting game players like fighting games.
Let's see if he makes. Let's see if he puts some more up in there. Maybe he puts some more up in there.
Gacha game players like gacha games. All right. So these are both directly what we confirm.
He said, "Hey, why does your kids? Why do they like Mickey Mouse? Well, because it's Mickey Mouse." So what I find fascinating about this is, for me, I'm speaking on behalf of me. This is very telling to me that Tectone is an amateur in the fighting game genre. If he wasn't an amateur, if he was a veteran and somebody who is well versed, he would have put a lot of things down that indicate why fighting game players play fighting games. And in the process of doing so, he would actually come to it would give him the answer. He would have an epiphany as he's doing it. Oh,
So my take was even worse. Or never mind. What I'm trying to say is that it was worse than I thought. Literally, he didn't even list out generalizations of each player. He just did fighting game players like fighting games.
that's why they would like Zone Zero. That's why they would find interest in Zone Zero. Since he didn't do it, though, allow me to do that for you. Let's go ahead and pull up my little notepad. Let's do the exact same thing that Tectone did. Let's come over here. And let's do the same thing here. We don't have to make it this big. Okay, so fighting game players. What do they like? Let's start off with the premise here real quick. Flamboyant moves, i.e. ultimates, super moves, special abilities. Which, by the way, the founder of this is Capcom, Street Fighter. First game of all time to put super moves and special abilities and ultimates in their game that looks super flashy and flamboyant, as I stated. What's this have in common? Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, Hoyo games. All right, now let's continue on. What else do fighting game players like? They like intricate combat depth. Okay, what's an intricate combat depth? Parry, dodge,
The combinations
meter
or something.
management. There we go. That's a good one. Punishment, right? Punishing somebody after being patient. All right, let's continue on. Iframes, plus and minus, and we'll throw in timing. Now you can even think of a couple of more intricate combat depth mechanics, but all of these are also very
Yeah, I
attractive
was
to a
gonna say
fighting game player.
combos is
What
pretty
does that have in
obvious,
common?
right?
ZZZ, Hoyo games, Souls games. Pretty much any games, that have that, a fighting game player is going to enjoy it. Let's continue on. What else do fighting game players enjoy? Bad bitches that can throw hands. That are muscular and can throw hands. And they don't have to be muscular, but this is something that fighting game players love. What do they have in common? ZZZ, Hoyo games.
And I'm sorry, I don't know. As a skinny person, why does it have to be muscular? Why can't it just be a skinny dude, you know? And albeit most bad bitches are skinny. Um, there has been a rise of bad bitches musculars, but yeah, more representation for skinny people. Let's go.
Souls games, and pretty much any other games that have that shit. Now, why might a gacha player think this is a bad collaboration? This was the next thing that came into my brain. I was trying to put myself into the mind frame of these guys. Why would they absolutely think this is a bad collaboration? Well, here's one. Ignorance. They don't actually know anything about the correlations of a fighting game and an action game.
Literally me. I've never played any fighting game. I've seen people play. Never appealed to me. Never tried. Never nothing. Never nothing. So yeah, this is me.
Ignorance. They just don't even know, right? I think it's very telling that fighting game players equals like fight games. It's very telling to me that Dagon is incapable of even knowing why a fighting game player likes fighting games. It shows that he's a novice, and this is not disrespect to him. I'm just keeping it a buck. What the fuck is that? I thought bro was about to cook. He put out the notepad and everything, and bro said fighting. Anyways, we're gonna continue on here. Number 2, fighting games and gacha games are on opposite sides of the fence. What I mean by that is
Monetarily, right?
player might think this is a bad collaboration because fighting game players are super hardcore players, very competitive, and they get super sweaty, whereas gacha games are completely opposite. Super casual, very chill, and just honestly the complete opposite of fighting games. That means it's a bad collaboration. Actually, to the contrary, if you're a fighting game player, it's very fucking stressful. I don't know if some of y'all might think of that as a joke. I'm not lying to you. That shit is stressful as fuck. It's the most stressful niche in the gaming industry. More stressful than a Souls game because nothing is more draining than you spending hours and hours in practice and ranked matches just to go to the tournament and get humbled by a motherfucker who ain't had a haircut in 6 years. It's a very humiliating thing. It's a big blow to the pride, and they live that every day, day in and day out. They go in rank matches and they get clapped, or it just gets very fucking competitive. So it's very stress induced. So when they go to play other games, they're actually looking for the exact opposite, but can still offer a bit of that itch of what makes a fighting game passion spark. So the thing that a gacha player is thinking is bad is actually good for a fighting game.
That is such a valid point. Holy shit, he explained that so well. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. It makes sense.
Player. I will actually show proof though of fighting game players liking gacha games. We'll get to that, but at first I had to school my brother on this because bro thought he was cooking and he wasn't cooking. All right, let's get to it.
Now, what can we not infer? What can we not infer? Why gacha games? Why is that? Because they're not gacha game players. They're fighting game players.
Oh my
fighting game
goodness.
players are incapable of playing anything that's not a fighting game. Like bro, Tech, you realize fighting game players are down to play anything where they can fight, right? A fighting game player just wants to fight. It's not exclusive to the fighting game genre. Fighting exists in a lot of games.
However, fighting game players and gacha game players
I did not know Tecton's take was this horrible. Holy shit. What is he talking about? Who let him cook?
Like fighting games and gacha games. Okay?
And this, I want to say this right now because I don't want Tectone to look like an idiot. He's temporarily a bit of an idiot in this situation. This is a very smart
For
guy.
sure.
I genuinely think in this instance, bro's streaming live. Maybe he didn't have a lot of sleep. I think he's straight up talking out his ass right now.
Trolling.
And
No, he's got to be trolling.
I don't even know why he's doing this. This is what I'm saying. This is one of those where it's like, stop pretending to know some shit you don't know, brother. Because this is horrible. I bet you said the same thing 3 times.
So what am I getting at here?
This guy's trolling.
What I'm getting at is, while we can't
This got to be a troll from Tecton. There's no way. This boy Tecton is so smart. He's trolling us, making us upset, thus giving him more content to react to. Oh my goodness. See, that's the smart in him. That's the smart piece in him. He's doing this on purpose.
directly infer that a fighting game player maybe won't like a gacha game.
There's plenty of ways to do that. You can just go and talk to a bunch of fighting game community players.
We also can't know that assuredly.
Yes, we can. We absolutely can. You dismissed it earlier when I told you I was a massive fighting game player as well as EO, and that we still got reeled in. Which means if 2 people who were massive fighting game players who played thousands of ranked matches still got roped into a gacha genre they didn't give a fuck about prior to, that would mean we're capable of liking gacha games because by definition we can represent a lot of fighting game players. But again, we will show other people that also have the same notion. I will reveal footage from Maximilian. I will also show a community post of mine, which he's reading right now, where a literal fighting game legend in space comments on it, and I'm in the gacha space. So the fact that a fighting game player saw my post is also very telling.
Right? We also really can't know that assuredly. Okay, now, we could know that an anime watcher who also plays open world RPGs might like an anime open world RPG.
And see, in this instance is when it dawned on me. You're finding similarities from an anime watcher and a gacha game, but you can't find similarities between a fighting game and the same thing because you don't know the similarities. You don't see the fucking overlap that's slapping you right in the head. I already pointed it out earlier though, but this is the issue. This is his whole issue and the issue of a lot of people who probably have the same mindset. They literally are incapable because they don't know that all of this shit here that's in the Zilla Zone Zero and Hoyo and Mother Wave games, it originated from fighting games and from Capcom. The swap mechanic. You know how all these games have a swap mechanic in them. Any fighting game player out there will tell you where that swap mechanic came from. Marvel versus Capcom. Yep. King of Fighters as well. Didn't come from a Hoyo game. No, they replicated that and was inspired heavily by Capcom in fighting games. Overlaps hit you right in the face if you just pay attention, brother.
But we can't directly infer that a fighting game player and a gacha game will have a huge crossover for one, not a fighting game RPG, because there's no similarity, right? There's combat. However, we don't call fighting games combat games. We call them fighting games.
Like, I'll be honest, brother. The more I watch this shit, the funnier it is. The funnier it is. Because bro is just waffling, guys. I don't know. Bro's literally waffling.
Right, but I think the crossover for fighting games and gacha games are so much lower than one might actually realize due to the fact that there is no proof of concept that gacha game players and fighting game players have a huge overlap.
That is due to your ignorance. There's a massive proof of concept, as I've already explained.
What I'm saying is, while it might not be a bad idea to advertise a gacha game to a fighting game player, it might not be the most efficient use of your money.
Now we're getting into the reaching zone here. We're reaching, right? Because we're trying to dictate how Hoyoverse could better spend their money without understanding the functionality and identity of what Hoyo views their Zilla Zone Zero game as, which they know that better than anybody else. Here's the thing that I know that I can comment on with the knowledge that I do have. The gacha genre has been captured in whole by Hoyoverse. It has officially entered the realms of saturated in terms of marketing. Now they're still going to market the genre to keep their paws on it, to keep their grips on it, but it is absolutely saturated. So the percentage of them capturing newer players from the gacha space has been severely diminished. They are definitely receiving diminishing returns at this point and falling on the same exact people, which is still important. But that said, if they tap into another genre that also synergizes with the identity and functionality of their games, such as fighting games, the percentage of tapping into players is way fucking higher because it's unsaturated. They can capture a lot more players in that space than they could in the gacha space. Hopefully that shit makes sense.
For the most direct crossover and transfer for both player bases. Does that make sense? Bro, what are we even talking about? What's the downside of this? Genuine question. Using your money inefficiently when you could be advertising better to a demographic that would have a guaranteed better crossover.
So
why are you so worried about a big corporation using their money efficiently? Not like even he's getting paid by them or anything like that either, so can't say that he's trying to get his bag too, you know. What is he talking about today? Holy moly.
and here's the thing, I don't think Tectone is not cooking here when he says that, but we're talking about a $1 billion company here who it's not inefficient. There's actually no loss. If they market to anything they choose to market at, there's only the results and a potential net gain of a following of people who are going to stick with them throughout their games. There's really no net loss. I'm serious. And I don't know why Tech is reaching here. Maybe there's something deeper into this shit that I don't know about. But I don't know he's reaching. I don't know what else to say about this. It's just a fucking reach.
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense, right? So what I'm saying is it might work. The risk is a lot higher than one might know when you could just be advertising for other genres that might have much easier crossover.
I feel like he's walking it back in his mind as he's walking himself through it, but I feel like it's that meme in, I forget the name of the show, with all the goofy motherfuckers like Seth Rogen and James Franco, where they're like, come back, and he's like, no, I've already walked too far, and he just doesn't want to walk it back.
So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like saying me, and once again, love Gotcha Smack.
Hey, it's same here, brother. Love you too.
Or anybody can say I'm beef with this guy. Love Gotcha Smack, love EO, love...
I don't think it has anything to do with me. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe he's pissed off about Zilla Zone Zero. I don't know. I feel like his typical rationale and logic is obscured by some unknown variable.
Sorry, but just because a couple of dudes like a fighting game.
This is somebody who is literally like ran to for takes all the time. and that's not like by accident. It's because he gives spectacular level-headed takes
doesn't mean
on the spot.
that the budget for the advertisement could have been a little bit better spent in a different regard. I don't really think it was the best use of money.
Yeah, so this is where I just strongly disagree. I literally think it's the best use of money. And the only reason I said that is because, like I told y'all, it's the gacha market is saturated. If he comes out, if he says, which I think he does, I think he did it with anime, brother, the chances of them collaborating with anime to get a new audience, the chances are the audience that you think is new, they're already a part of the 42 million pre-registers. Oh, we're going to collaborate with Jujutsu Kaisen? Oh, they're part of the 42 million register already because anime and gacha game players are one and the same. So again, the saturation is why you can't keep thinking I'm going to collaborate with the same exact fucking community. It's diminishing returns on it.
It's an opportunity cost? Yeah, of course, absolutely. Why not both? Well, yeah, in a dream sense, sure. You could probably say, oh, yeah, I mean, every person who sees the advertisement is going to go play it, but that might not be the case.
I think I've made my point here. What I want to get into next is the proof of what I'm talking about. Maximilian, one of my favorite content creators in the space. Texon as well, by the way. But I absolutely fucking love Max as well. Also one of the most prominent and prevalent creators when it comes to the fighting game genre, Final Fantasy VII. Big fan of the guy, but who gives a fuck about all that? This is somebody that goes back to that example I was telling you about. If they vouch for something or they speak up on something saying it's massive, there's weight to that word due to the renowned reputation of the creator. Literally, if not the biggest, one of the biggest fighting game creators in space. I'm pretty sure he is the biggest creator in space. I don't think there is a bigger creator than Max. But let's go ahead and take a look at it, what he has to say about it.
Street Fighter and Zenless have a collab? What? I think I might have a Zenless sponsored stream similar to like last time we did one, maybe sometime next month. Wait a minute, what? Zenless Zone Zero is doing a Street Fighter collab? How? Is it costumes? On the 29th, really? It's a round table? Bro, what? Yeah, there's no way it's like a guest character or something.
Keep in mind too, his chat is a fighting game chat. So even if you come to this ridiculous notion that it's just one guy again, I already explained how dumb that is, but look at the chat there, right?
我只是想带给玩家一个很爽的体验。作品じゃなくて商品作ってる。
What the fuck?
どういう体験をお客さんにしてもらいたいか。仕事を増やしたな。伝える価値が。
Bro, what? That's crazy. That's a mobile game? I think Zenless Zone Zero is going to be on everything in the near future. That's crazy, dude. Holy shit. That would be a ridiculous collab, right? Yo,
and that's what I'm trying to say. Like the fact that you think fighting game players don't care about this is wild. It's so easy for a fighting game player to be of interest to them. You know, like to deny it is just like you're just like fucking denying it just to deny it, bro. But let's go ahead and go to my community post as well. Okay, so let's click on this. This is the post, by the way. There's a guy, which I think I said this earlier. First of all, I don't even know this guy, right? But he says fighting game YouTuber here. I play Honkai daily. And used to be a big Genshin whale. People are stupid, but everyone online is an expert. This guy actually has raving fans comment on this. Keep in mind, this is my community. This is a dude I've never met before. We're in the gacha space because I'm a gacha content creator these days. Love your stuff, Lotus. Glad to see you here, Lotus. Hey, W Lotus. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, because Lotus the goat. No way, Lotus. Yo, Lotus. Hey, yo, is that Lotus? I'm surprised you haven't tried Wuthering Waves yet. W Lotus. This is the gacha space. 179 thumbs up. People already know who he is. That is very telling that fighting game players exist in the gacha space and care about gacha games. So that's like undeniable evidence right there, right? But there's 359 comments on my post. It's riddled with people saying, I'm a fighting game player. Let's check one out. Wait, gacha loyalists don't know that a lot of fighting game players play gacha games to some form or extent. It's pretty common for a fighting game player to have one or two gacha games in the back because it's a nice way to chill out away from locals, majors, and grind sessions. Stress free and take our minds off of the fighting game in front of us for a second apart from work and shit. The amount of times I've been to a major and I've seen someone on the sticks get on Nikkei, HSR, etc. after playing Attorney can't even be counted on my hands. Hell, Kazunoko is an excellent example. Dude plays tons of gacha games and games with gacha elements. Justin Wong also plays solo leveling. If you think it's just one or two guys, keep reading. There's a lot of people here. As someone that's been a part of the fighting game community, I can tell you for sure that a lot of them play mobile gacha games, just that they don't play them with their IRL friends and rarely stream it. If you've ever been to an Evo or any major, you will be well surprised how many are playing mobile gacha games while waiting for their pools to finish. Gacha players lack the ability to critical think. Okay, that's not somebody saying they play it. Dark Knight's a big gacha game collaborate with Capcom. Okay. In addition, most gacha players play other games too. We're not tied down to one thing. As a fighting game player, it makes me pumped to see these type of collabs. Fighting games and gachas are pretty the only genres I play nowadays. Fighting games and gachas are my two favorite genres of games. You can scroll down this shit. Fighting game and gacha player here. If this collab is real, I'm gonna be way too stoked. No, like the idea and notion is just like I said. I don't know where the fuck this is coming from. I feel like it's not even like coming from an external objective take. I think it's just, I don't know, these guys are bitter about something. Who the fuck knows? But at the end of the day, as somebody who knows their shit about fighting games and why fighting games are like by fighting game players, I assure you, Zenless Zone Zero has a lot of similarities. All that fancy ass animation shit, the super moves and stuff, fighting game players love it. Hot women, they love it. Intricate combat depth, they love it. Yeah, character swapping, they love it. I rest my case, guys. If you want more proof, go look at this shit yourself. You can go to Max's Twitch VOD if you want to. That's up to y'all. But I think I've made my point very fucking clear that you guys are waffling and you're talking about shit you don't understand.
Damn, gotcha just cooked. Prepared the whole meal and served it to Tectone, and now let's see how Tectone receives that meal. Is he gonna like it? Is he gonna eat it and throw it up? I feel like he's gotta throw it up at this point because I know he's trolling. And so the only way to get back at him is if he trolls even harder.